From the banks of the Allegheny, welcome to Film Bits. We have returned, and things are getting a little tricky. Just had the big shootout at the Del Rio Regal Motel. Moss is hitchhiking, which his driver doesn't approve of. And now we're going to transition and introduce a new character, so let's get to it. So this shot here is one of the very few shots we see of like a multi-story building, and with the reflective glass, the vibe of the elevator going up, and then this very wide, long shot of Carson Wells, played by Woody Harrelson, and the man who hired Wells, played by Stephen Root, a great character actor.
You know Anton CHIGURH by sight, is that correct?
Yes, sir. I know him every which way.
When did you last see him?
November 28th last year.
Seem pretty sure of the date. Did I ask you to sit?
No, sir, but you struck me as a man who wouldn't want to waste a chair. I remember dates, names, numbers. I saw him November the 28th.
His attitude.
Got a loose cannon here. Around a bunch of money, and the other party is out his product.
Yes, sir.
This account will give up $1,200 in any 24-hour period. That's up from $1,000. If your expenses run higher, I hope you'll trust us for it.
Okay.
Just how well do you know CHIGURH?
What do you want to know?
I just want to know your opinion of him.
Okay, so here we have some important plot.
Just how
we got a loose
dangerous.
cannon here. That refers to CHIGURH. CHIGURH has gone rogue. When he killed those two guys in the desert that gave him the receiver and went into business for himself, well, that's what the guy who, Stephen Root here, the man who hired CHIGURH, or the man who hires Wells, which is truly his name on the screenplay, he's either the financier or he's the middleman between the financier and the drugs. So he's got to clean up this mess. Carson Wells knows CHIGURH, saw him recently. Now, the film doesn't do as good a job at this as the book does, but Wells and CHIGURH were both special forces in Vietnam. And that's where they came to know each other. And that's how CHIGURH has his skill set. So how do you capture a guy or kill a guy who's got the skill set CHIGURH does? Hire another guy with a similar skill set that knows him. Love this line.
Compared to what? The bubonic plague? He's bad enough you called me. Yeah, he's a psychopathic killer, but so what? There's plenty of them around.
Killed 3 men in Del Rio Motel yesterday and 2 others in that colossal goat fuck out in the desert.
We can stop that.
Seem pretty sure of yourself.
Interesting. Carson Wells' arrogance, confidence, whatever you want to call it, that little bit of body language there, you seem pretty sure of yourself. And Carson's like, well, I am, because I'm that good. Remember that going forward.
You've led something of a charmed life, haven't you, Mr. Wells?
In all honesty, I can't say the charms had a whole lot to do with it. I was wondering,
Yes.
could you validate my parking ticket?
Carson's sense of humor.
An attempt at humor, I suppose.
I'm sorry.
So he's well appointed, well dressed, confident to the point of arrogance,
You know, I
likes messing with people,
counted the floors to this building from the street.
and he is now after CHIGURH
There's one missing.
and doesn't seem too concerned about it.
We'll look into it.
Cut to Llewellyn Moss getting out at the Eagle Hotel, which is very close to the Mexican border. Now Moss comes in.
One room,
I don't know what I was going to say there.
one night. That'll be $26. All righty.
And then one of these actors that looks very realistic. Just like an old, worn out guy.
You
who has
on
a
all
night shift at the old
Yes,
hotel.
sir. I'll be right here at 10 o'clock in the morning.
This here's for you. I ain't asking you to do anything illegal. There's someone who's been looking for me, not police. And just call me if anyone else checks in tonight. By anyone, I mean any swinging dick.
Love that line. First time I'd ever heard that line was in this movie. Really like this long shot. here of moss and the emptiness of the hotel corridor, the lighting and the old wooden floors. If I'm not mistaken, the Coens did shoot this on location, at this very hotel. Now, there's a lot of good stuff coming up in this scene, but it's going to have, again, very little dialogue, as we usually get with Moss and CHIGURH. They are both men of few words. I guess we could call that a mirror too, because they both don't say a lot. Moss checking out. Have we seen this shot before? If you watch part 1, we have. Exact same shot. Lighting is very similar as well.
There just ain't no way.
And Moss has a realization. How in the hell did they find that money? They could. I mean, how did they find it out of nowhere? There had to be a way for them to find the money. And again, showing Moss's smarts. Good common sense, good thinking on his feet, good handy guy that can, MacGyver something out of nothing to get that case of money. And now he's working it out. How in the hell did they find me? And it's the old 100 strap with the ones on the inside underneath the 100 that tips him off. Wait a second. Why do I got all these $1 bills? Oh, that thing. That's why. Like this close-up shift here. We get to see the 1980 Find My iPhone device. He's going to call that front desk to see what the hell's going on. And we got a bit of an issue. No one's answering. And that dude was supposed to be on all night. Great shot here. I'm going to freeze. Just that shadowing and that lighting. Moss completely in shadow. This wide shot facing off against the door. The shadow reflects the mystery and the kind of the confusion that's going on in Moss right now. He knows something is up. He just isn't sure what, even though he's pretty sure. And it's just, it's very prettily lit. Interesting that the Coens stayed with the wide shot there rather than go to the close-up. When they go to the close-up, what do we see? Boots, yet again. Close-up on the bag, which means something's coming out, and it's that sawed-off shotgun. Moss is not going to play around. And I think this is really realistic. He's sitting there, he's waiting, and then he realizes, oh shit, let's kill the light. That'll be good. And he left the tracker on the end table so that it's still giving off the signal to set the trap for CHIGURH. There we hear the green box making its beeping noise. CHIGURH's slow boots. He's a very methodical walker. Now CHIGURH knows right where the money is. Moss is getting ready. And then CHIGURH moves away. And this is where we learn CHIGURH's a pretty smart guy too. the unscrewing of the light bulb. And Moss goes, what the heck? And that's where we're going to stop this one. Ooh, doggy. So, something's got to go down. CHIGURH is right outside that door. Moss knows he's outside that door. He's pointing that shotgun. In part 9, you'll know what's going on. Give me 3-4 days. Come right back to this same channel, and we'll see the breakdown of what's coming up in the next. I think it's only going to be a 5-minute segment because it's pretty power-packed. And I will see you then, guys. I thank you for spending some time with me. Hope you're enjoying my film bits. Take care.